I don't know who needs to hear this today, but this is a story about resilience. A dear friend of mine gave me the best housewarming gift. All right, let me back up. She actually helped me move out of my old home and took some old empty plant pots and potting soil off my hands in the process. I had no idea what I was going to do with that giant bag of potting soil in my new little apartment anyway, so I was really glad she took it home. And then one day, she showed up at my new apartment with some lovely flowers planted in those same old pots. New life growing out of old, dusty pots was somehow perfectly symbolic. She had taken those pots that had been sitting there sad and empty for at least a year and filled them with beautiful, healthy plants and brought them to the place where I was starting over. I put them out on my balcony and they made me happy. But this is not the end of the story. One of those plants did not do very well. It was blooming when she gave it to me, but the blooms died off and it just wasn't thriving. And then one day, a crazy fast-moving storm blew through. It must have lasted all of 5 minutes, but it managed to knock down the not-so-thriving plant. It fell off the table and it crashed to the ground. I was so bummed out. But luckily, I did have one pot left, one empty pot that I had saved and brought to my new place. But I had no potting soil. So I scooped the little plant up and the shards of the terracotta pot that it had been in, and I put it into a bigger pot with the intention of buying more soil and giving it a nice, cozy new home. But I never did. I just didn't have the time, and it wasn't a priority, so that little plant sat on the table in its new broken home. I watered it every day, but I have to admit that I did not have high hopes. But then one day, guess what? It started blooming. It started thriving. So, if your life has crashed to the ground, if you've been broken open and your roots are exposed and it feels like your home is shattered and you're putting back the pieces, you can still bloom. You can still thrive. And a little water and sunshine can certainly help the healing process.